Welcome to the deep dive. We take your source material, really dig into it, and try to pull out the most exciting and genuinely fascinating bits. Today, we're jumping into a world of fantastical creatures, magic. Looking at something really quite remarkable. It's a being called Exalted Sunborn. And the description, Angel Wizard.
Right. And that combination angel wizard, it immediately kind of sparks your interest, doesn't it? Makes you wonder how those different aspects, those abilities actually work together, how they, intertwine.
Exactly. So let's just lay out the basics.
Hmm.
Exalted Sunborn, it's a creature specifically, yeah, Angel Wizard,
Right.
and it hits the board as a 4/5. Power and toughness.
Which is pretty beefy. A 45 is a solid body.
Yeah, definitely. Means can dish out 4 damage, take 5. Right off the bat, it's got flying
Mm-hmm. So harder to block.
and lifelink. So when it deals damage, you gain that much life back.
Right. That's a nice pairing. Damage and healing.
Pretty solid, yeah. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. What makes this thing worth a deep dive is, well, first, this crazy ability to make tokens, and second, this other mechanic called warp. Crook. Okay, so let's unpack this properly. We've got the base stats, 45, flying, lifelink, good start. But what makes this Angel Wizard really stand out? Well, that first ability, it's not just strong, it can totally change the game if you're into making tokens. It reads, if one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead.
Yeah. Get that. Twice as many. So 1 token becomes 2. If you were meant to get, say, 3 little sapperlings, you get 6.
Whoa. Okay, that's potentially explosive.
It really is. And what's fascinating is how it amplifies any token strategy. It doesn't care where the tokens come from, any spell, any ability that makes tokens for you. Suddenly, it's twice as good. Small effects become overwhelming fast.
But it forces a big strategic shift then, like how you value other cards.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. That little spell that makes just 1 11 token, normally maybe it's okay, maybe kind of meh. But with Exalted Sunborn out, that same spell now gives you 2 11s. Suddenly, it's much more efficient, much more impactful. It really makes you reevaluate, pretty much any card that creates tokens. Your opponent has to deal with the Sunborn, or those little token makers become huge problems.
Okay, so does that mean some, I don't know, previously overlooked token cards suddenly become really good, like staples even?
Yeah.
Are you now digging through your collection for cards you might have just passed over before?
I think so, yeah. You're definitely forced to reevaluate your card pool, things you might have thought were too slow or didn't have enough impact. Now, with that doubling effect, they look much, much better. Even effects that just trickle out 1 or 2 tokens a turn become this constant, escalating pressure. It's not just about finding powerful cards, it's about how this makes other cards powerful.
Right, okay, that makes sense. But just when you think you've got a handle on that power, Exalted Sunborn throws another curveball, this warp mechanic. It has this cost, warp 1. That asterisk means 1 mana of any color, right?
That's right. Super flexible, just 1 mana.
And the basic idea is simple. You may cast this card from your hand for its warp cost. Okay, sounds good, but what's the catch?
Well, there's more text. The full text for warp on this creature adds, exile this creature at the beginning of the next end step.
Oh, so it leaves play, quickly.
Yes, it's temporary. But then it says,
Nice.
then you may cast it from exile on a later turn.
I see, so it's gone, but not forever. You get it back eventually.
Exactly. It's this really interesting layered ability. Think of it like an early preview. Or maybe a panic button. You spend just 1 mana, any color, and boom, you get that 4/5 flying, lifelink, token doubling body on the board immediately.
Okay, so for just 1 turn cycle, basically.
Until the end step.
Until the next end step, yeah. So it sticks around through your opponent's turn if you cast it on yours. Right. So that temporary presence, what's the play? Why do that instead of just waiting to cast it normally? Like, when do you choose to warp it? Is it for a surprise block? Or getting that token doubling just for 1 crucial moment?
It could be either of those, yeah. That's the strategic depth. Maybe you desperately need a blocker against a big attacker right now. Warp it in. Maybe you have a spell that makes a bunch of tokens and you only need the doubling effect for that 1 turn to swing the game. Warp it in. Or maybe you just need that burst of lifelink to survive.
So it's a tactical choice. Temporary power now versus permanent power later.
Precisely. And this is where the two abilities really connect. Warping it gives you that immediate, even if temporary surge. You get the token doubling right away. You get the 4/5 flying lifelinker right away. It lets you pressure early or defend in a pinch or maximize a specific token play all before you might have the actual mana to cast it properly. Then later on, when you do have the mana or the strategic moment is right for a permanent threat, you cast it from exile. It gives you fantastic flexibility.
Okay, wow. So wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for you? the player encountering or using this. The Exalted Sunborn seems, well, incredibly versatile, really
Right.
powerful. That combination of token doubling and warp creates something genuinely dynamic.
I agree. It's strategically rich. Understanding how those pieces fit together, the temporary burst from warp, the ongoing value of doubling, the potential to recur it from exile, that really opens up a deeper level of play for you. It's not just about having a strong creature, it's about mastering its unique timing and interactions.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's something to think about. Imagine building a strategy not just around doubling your army, but doing it with a creature that can show up almost out of nowhere,
Hmm.
make a huge impact for a turn or two, vanish, and then potentially come back when your opponent least expects it. How does that kind of threat force you to completely rethink your own plans? And how do you even begin to anticipate what an opponent with that capability might do next?